Hey guys, Matthew Morrow with MorrowInvest.com. I'm bringing you today's 2-minute tip of the day. Now, if you've been paying attention, almost none of my 2-minute tips of the day are actually 2 minutes, but that's okay. Today I want to talk to you about bringing up your children. So we grew up in my family's business, my mom's and my grandmother's catering business. Now, at the time I felt really gypped because, I didn't get to go off to spring break really until I was about 21. Every Christmas holiday, every weekend, every day after school, we didn't have chores like the other kids had where, the kids had to clean up their room or they had to make sure their homework was done and they got a little bit of money. Ours was like cutting acreage or cleaning out the van or washing commercial dishes or cleaning out the pans from the food pans from the night before, cleaning ovens, scrubbing floors, taking out trash in the dumpster, breaking down boxes, all that stuff that goes along with a catering company. So it's a really interesting experience because when we were probably 6, 7, 8 years old, we started actually doing real manual labor. I mean, when we would squeeze lemons for 200 gallons of lemonade, you take 12 big lemons and 2 cups of sugar and a gallon of water and you've got some great homemade squeezed lemonade. Well, from an early time on, that's what we were doing. So those experiences as we grew up, we were made to work. Now, I felt really slighted when I was a kid because all the other kids got to go and have fun and do things, and we did do fun things. But a lot of the times we worked, and I can remember going to churches and setting up weddings and rehearsal dinners and dinner parties and all those kind of things. So we did have fun because we were together and we have a fun family, but a lot of it was just hard work. As I've gotten older, I cannot tell you how appreciative I am for that upbringing. Not only learning how to work, but just having parents, not only my mother but my father as well, that took pride in not only doing their own work but teaching us as children to work. Now, I know some of you don't want, you've worked really hard to achieve what you've got, and you don't want your kids to have to work that hard. So you're trying to give them all the things that you didn't get to have, and all the treats and the visits and things, the different places that you didn't get to go as a kid. You're trying to allow them to do all those things. Make sure, though, that you make them work. Part of working for yourself goes into teaching your kids how to start a business. Now, if you don't know how to start a business, that's why we're doing these videos. So if you can teach your children, though, how to make their own business, they will exponentially make more money and have a more, in my opinion, fulfilled livelihood, and you will set them up for success if you can set them up in business. And you might think, well, my child is only 10 years old. I don't want them starting a business at 10 years old. You need to have them starting a business now, and I'll give this example. When I was a kid, from 7th grade to 9th grade, I bought all my own lunches, I bought all my own yearbooks, I paid for my photos that went on at school, and any kind of treats, I worked. So not only did I work in the afternoons, but I also was a salesman. I've always been a salesman. And so I sold blow pops. So I remember a blow pop, if you don't know what that is a lollipop with chewing gum inside it. It's really good. And if you haven't had one in a while, go get one. They're fun. So, after a while, it didn't take me long to realize that if I bought one blow pop at a time, it was 25 cents plus tax. But if I bought an entire box from Sam's, I could get them down to 8 cents a piece. Now, I know you're thinking, man, what's 12-year-old is thinking this? Well, I was thinking this, and there's a lot of others that think stuff like this. So what we would do is I would bring 8 lollipops, 8 blow pops on the bus every school day. And I would get $2, a quarter a piece, and I would say that people knew that I was the blow pop guy, and they would say, hey, you got a blow pop today? And I would say, yes, sir. And before we ever, the 5-minute ride from my house to the junior high school, I had my lunch money. And if I wanted more money, I just sold more blow pops. But most of the time, I could have all 8 sold before I got to school. And so I would get $1.25 for lunch, $25 for an extra milk, because I liked extra milk, and then 50 cents for the last period where we'd have PE. and I'd get a Coke. So that might sound real simple, but a lot of this stuff, it builds on itself. So by the time I got 15, 16 years old, my best friend and I already knew how to run a business. We were already learning the processes of, man, if we're willing to work for ourselves, we can go and own our own lawn service, right? And that's what we did. We owned a lawn service, and that opened up doors. By the time we got to college, we were already making $30,000 a year just cutting little old ladies' grass. So setting us up in a business and a business mindset allowed us to open doors that other people didn't have. So my best friend and I, we both graduated with no student loans, no debt to speak of, and we already knew how to make money. And that put us way ahead, nearly 10 years ahead of a lot of other people, because what a lot of people did is they got student loans, got out of college, went straight into a master's or into a job where they have to keep up with the Joneses, right? So they buy their house and their car and they get married and do all those things and just add debt, 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 right? And we had come from we were able to start our business with nearly no debt. You know, we would earn enough money and then we bought a weed eater, and then we earned enough money and then we bought a trailer, and then we bought enough money and we bought another truck, and right? And so as we grew our business, we did it on a cash basis, and it was very exciting times. So I encourage you to teach your kids. It's never too young to teach your kids to have a lemonade stand, and don't cheat it. Don't just go and buy the best stuff and then not let your kids understand how much those Dixie cups cost and how much the sugar cost and how much the water cost. They need to understand if they're making a profit or not. Don't just let them sit out there because it's a cute little thing to do to have a lemonade stand. Actually have them know if they're making money. And if you don't know how to do that, continue watching our videos and you'll know. Have a great day.